What's up, y'all? Flaming here, and this is going to be a quick and dirty guide to the Fart Blossom Pathfinder. This build uses Gas Arrow, supported with Comorbidity, Deadly Poison, Bursting Plague, and Heft, and if you get a 5th link, you're going to want Inspiration. Next is Plague Bearer, supported with Chaos Mastery, Magnified Effect, and Physical Mastery. Then Divine Arrow with Swift Affliction, Font of Blood, and Encumbrance. Then Despair with Heightened Curse, Hex Bloom, Focus Curse. Dark Effigy with Withering Touch, Font of Mana, and Persistence. Wind Dancer with Pin and Lockdown. And then Herald of Plague with Clarity, or Alchemist Boon with Clarity. Herald of Plague is for mapping, Alchemist Boon is for bossing. Next, we're going to go into the passive tree. We're going to be a Pathfinder. We're going to take Contagious Contamination, followed by Overwhelming Toxicity, then Running Assault, and then for your last point, take Traveler's Wisdom. And then we're going to path through the tree through these evasion and movement speed nodes, followed by stacking toxins, lasting toxins, these 2 evasion nodes, quiver nodes, crippling toxins, high alert, low tolerance, mental toughness, proficiency, followed by enhanced reflexes and bestial skin, then leeching toxins, then escalating toxins, building toxins, and dark entries, followed by Kite Runner. Once you have enough evasion, take acrobatics for additional survivability. Your evasion should be around 70% with the node active. As you can see, I have 73% here. Then we're going to take freedom of movement, maiming strike, acceleration, fast acting toxins, careful consideration, and then as many of the jewel sockets as you can get. And for the jewels, we want to get magnitude of ailments you inflict, magnitude of poison you inflict, attack speed, recover life or mana on kill on one of them if you can. Increased evasion rating is nice. And then we also want damaging ailments deal damage faster. And if you can get a 7% like this, it's very nice. Try to pair it with an increased magnitude of ailments you inflict as well for additional damage. That's it for the passives. And then for the gear, we want a bow with as much physical damage as we can get, which means percentage and flat if you can. Level of projectile skills, and then bow attacks fire additional projectiles. As you can see, I have it as an implicit here, and you get it as a stat on the explicit mods. It gets very expensive. Build's doing fine without it, but it's a nice quality of life stat because it makes your poison stack up faster. For the quiver, we want flat physical damage, increased damage with bows, attack speed, increased level of projectile skills if you can get it, and then either life or mana on kill as a quality of life stat. For the helmet, we want as much evasion rating as we can get, life, intelligence to balance our curses, and then fire and lightning resistance. Well, you could really get any resistance if you want. For the amulet, we want intelligence again to help balance the curses. We want evasion rating, level of projectile skills, and then ideally you would actually want resistances instead of the strength and dexterity I have here. But I'm cheap, so I don't have it. We want to allocate lasting trauma as our anoint because it's all the way over here on the passive tree and it gives you 30% increased magnitude of ailments, which is a lot of damage. It also makes the ailments last a little bit longer, which is really not that important, but it's nice. For your chest piece, you want as much evasion as you can possibly swing. You could also use Queen of the Forest if you're rich, but I am not, so I'm not using it. It's kind of an ideal situation, and you definitely would want to take acrobatics off if you're going to use Queen of the Forest, so that you're zipping around ridiculously fast. But for now, if you're just using a rare chest piece, you want as much evasion rating as you can, a super high life roll, and then as much resistances as you can get on it. For the gloves, we want flat physical damage to attacks, and then life, attack speed, and resistances, and then as much evasion rating as you can get. For the rings, we want flat physical damage to attacks, increased chaos damage, and life. Those are the prefixes, and then for the suffixes, you pretty much just want resistances. You can get intelligence too if you want a higher level curse, but it's not necessary if you get intelligence here and here. For the boots, if you're not using Queen of the Forest, we want movement speed, max life, and resistances. If you are using Queen of the Forest, you can take the movement speed roll off because Queen of the Forest invalidates it. But for now, I have the movement speed roll because I don't have Queen of the Forest. And then for the belt, Ingenuity is the goal item, but if you don't have enough money for that, The highest life roll you can get, followed by as much resistances as you can possibly pack on this thing. The base that I have here, this fine belt, is actually quite nice because it allows your flash charges to sustain a little bit easier. I'd also recommend getting flash with the gains charges per second suffix because it makes sustaining these things during boss fights a lot easier. Because this build uses a lot of mana unless you have that 5th link with inspiration on Gas Arrow. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you need to know. This will be followed by some gameplay, just to give you a feel for how the build looks and plays. I wouldn't recommend using this as a boss killing build. You can get more damage than I have here, but I don't think the damage will compare anywhere near as much to like a lot of the meta builds that you're seeing around killing bosses. So it'd probably be better for you to just make another character to kill the bosses at the end of the maps if you really want to do that. Me personally, I'm perfectly fine with just running breaches ad nauseum with this character, so I'm not worried about it. But if that's something that you're interested in, I would definitely look elsewhere, because this character's bossing not terrible, but it's not great either, and you do actually have to do mechanics unlike most of the other builds that kill bosses, so you know, keep that in mind. Thanks for watching. If you like the build and you played it and you want to let me know what you think, feel free to leave a comment. I'm always down to hear suggestions about how I can make the build better or to see if anyone is liking what I'm doing. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm going to leave you with some gameplay of a T16 double boss followed by a T16 breach. See ya!